All the links to the original posts are given in the description. So now let's head straight to the video.
My daughter's friend stole a $4,900 watch from my husband and we don't know how to tell her parents. Our daughter has been friends with this girl for about 8 or 9 months, and in the last few months she has started inviting her to our house more often because they are classmates and sometimes they have projects to do together. Well, last week she came to our house and my husband was helping them with a project, since they are studying the same thing he studied. And at one point my youngest daughter came home with her friends, so my eldest daughter and her friend went to my husband's office. And according to him, he had taken off his watch and left it on his desk, and our daughter saw it, so he was right. But when her friend left, the watch was gone, and after searching for it throughout the house I decided to check the security cameras, and she took it when she was left alone in the office for less than 5 seconds. To my surprise, my daughter wasn't surprised because according to her, this is the third time that valuable things have disappeared from our house. The first 2 times she stole a pair of gold earrings and a gold necklace from my daughter, and she thought she lost them because honestly she loses her things all the time. But my daughter is sure that her necklace and earrings were in her jewelry box and that her friend took them. And now my husband and I don't know if we should tell her parents, since she has stolen a significant sum of money from our house, and the last thing we want is to get the police involved. We just want to get our stuff back and help her get help because she clearly has a problem. How can you talk to parents about this without them feeling offended? In total she stole almost $6,000 from our house, and that's not right. But she's young and we want to give her another chance. That's why we're not going to involve the police, and that's why we also want to talk to her parents. What would be the correct way to face this situation? Edit. Just to clarify, they are in college, and the decision not to involve the police has to do with that. We don't want to affect her academically. And I say that we want to talk to her parents because she still lives with them and they are the ones who pay everything for her. Handling a situation like this is challenging, but it's important to approach it with empathy and a desire to resolve the issue peacefully. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to talk to the friend's parents without causing offense. Gather evidence. Before approaching the friend's parents, ensure you have concrete evidence of the theft. In this case, you have security camera footage confirming the incident. Choose the right time and place. Find a quiet and private setting where you can talk without interruptions or distractions. You might want to invite the parents to your home or suggest a neutral location. Express empathy. Begin the conversation by expressing understanding of their situation and concern for their daughter's well-being. Make it clear that your primary goal is not to harm her academically or legally, but to help her. Share the evidence. Present the security camera footage to the parents. Be as objective as possible when explaining what happened and how you came to discover the theft. Avoid any accusatory language. Emphasize the value of a second chance. Let them know that you believe their daughter deserves a second chance and that you would prefer to resolve this situation within the family rather than involving the police. Discuss the missing items. Mention that this incident isn't isolated. It follows a pattern of theft. You can bring up the previous incidents involving your daughter's jewelry to provide context. Suggest seeking help. Recommend that they seek help for their daughter's behavior. You could propose counseling or therapy to address the underlying issues that may lead to stealing. Be open to their response. Understand that the parents might be surprised or defensive at first. Give them time to process the information and respond. Be prepared for a range of reactions. Offer support. Let the parents know that you are willing to work together to resolve this issue, and that you hope their daughter can make amends. Set boundaries. Ensure that clear boundaries are established moving forward to prevent any further incidents. If your daughter's friend is to continue visiting your home, you may want to supervise her closely. Document the conversation. After the conversation, it may be a good idea to document what was discussed, what was agreed upon, and any potential next steps. This can help in case the situation escalates. Remember that it's essential to approach this matter with compassion and a focus on helping the friend rather than seeking retribution. By taking this approach, you can minimize the risk of causing offense and encourage a positive resolution. Now let's move on to the second story. My husband wants me to sign the house fully to him because I initiated divorce. So here's my dilemma, and it's time urgent. My husband has been disrespectful and even slightly emotionally abusive towards me during our 3-year marriage, and a few days ago I finally told him that I want a divorce, as I was emotional that day and he had been ignoring me when I was talking to him. One of our problems that caused me wanting to leave him is that he never legally married me and said even if he did, he'd never allow me to own half of what he bought after marriage because I'm not working, and came into the marriage broke. I felt deceived because we had already had the Islamic marriage and could sleep together and everyone knows us as spouses. He'd initially agree on legal marriage, but then he'd backtrack and say no until this day. However, because of immigration issues, I needed to have property under my name. He owns 3 houses and signed one over to me so I wouldn't get deported. He is overall also quite wealthy. I am now walking away with about $70K that he had given me already as the agreed upon wedding gift. The apartment my name is on is worth $300K and his other properties $1 mil plus. If I didn't trust him so easily and we legally married the day we got the Islamic marriage done, I would now by law own half of what he got after marriage. But I was naive and in love and without a support system in a foreign country. Now he got me to agree with him to go sign it over to him ASAP in the morning, and he refuses to let me have a day to think about it. I said I don't feel comfortable and don't want to, and he threatened me and said let me know if you don't show up today so I can make some plans, and then he looked away in a devious way and said I'm greedy. Guys, I don't know what to do, please help. I'm not a lawyer, but I can offer some general advice in this situation. It's essential to consult with a legal professional who can provide guidance specific to your circumstances. Here are some points to consider. Consult an attorney. Seek legal advice as soon as possible. An attorney can help you understand your rights, options, and potential consequences of signing over the property. Understand your rights. In many jurisdictions, assets acquired during a marriage are considered marital property and may be subject to division during a divorce. Your immigration status should not prevent you from claiming your fair share. However, laws can vary and legal advice is crucial. Take time to think. It's essential not to make hasty decisions, especially when under pressure. If your husband is pressuring you to sign over the property immediately, it may be a red flag. You have the right to take time to consider your options and seek legal counsel. Document everything. Keep records of all communications, agreements, and any threats made by your husband. This documentation can be valuable if legal issues arise. Consider your immigration status. If your immigration status is tied to the property, consult an immigration attorney about your options and how the divorce may affect your status. Safety. If you feel threatened or unsafe in any way, consider your safety as a top priority. Reach out to local support services or a women's shelter if necessary. Financial resources. Ensure you have access to your own financial resources and are not left without the means to support yourself during and after the divorce process. Support network. Seek support from friends, family, or a counselor to help you through this challenging time. Remember, it's essential to consult with an attorney who can provide legal guidance tailored to your specific situation and local laws. They can advise you on how to protect your interests and ensure a fair resolution during the divorce process. Now let's move on to the next story. My wife gave me permission to sleep with other women. We have been married for 10 years and we love and enjoy each other. We are very open about pretty much everything. I'm cis, she's pan, and we've talked about an open relationship before. She knows we don't have as much sex as I want, so the other day she said I could sleep with other women as long as I never told her about it. She's the only person I've done sexy stuff with, so I know doing it with someone else would be a big change for me. I was honest at the time and said that I don't feel the same way. I wasn't planning on sleeping with someone else, and I wouldn't want her to either. She said that was okay, and still gave me the permission if I wanted to take it. A month or so later, she confirmed that she meant it and still felt the same way. I feel super conflicted because I've always been sexually curious, but I desperately don't want to ruin our marriage. Keeping it secret feels wrong, but she specifically asked to be left in the dark. Have you been in the same situation? Should I take her offer? It's clear that you and your wife have a strong level of trust and open communication in your relationship, which is a valuable foundation. However, entering into an open relationship is a significant decision and should be approached with caution and consideration. Here are a few points to keep in mind. Honesty and communication. You have to have open and honest conversations about what you both expect from this arrangement. Make sure that you are on the same page regarding boundaries, emotional connections, and what you are comfortable with. Emotional impact. Opening up your relationship can have emotional consequences for both of you. Be prepared for potential jealousy, insecurity, or unexpected emotions that may arise. Safe and consensual relationships. If you decide to explore other sexual or romantic relationships, make sure they are consensual, safe, and respectful. Always prioritize safe sex and your emotional well-being. Confidentiality. If your wife has requested not to know the details, it's essential to respect her wishes. However, you should still discuss how you will handle any potential situations that may arise, especially if you decide to take her up on her offer. Regular check-ins. Periodically revisit your arrangement and feelings. Make sure you both still feel comfortable and satisfied with the situation. Open relationships can evolve over time, and it's important to adapt as necessary. Professional guidance. Consider seeking advice from a therapist or counselor who specializes in relationships. They can help you navigate the complexities and offer insights specific to your situation. Remember that there is no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to open relationships. What works for one couple may not work for another. Ultimately, the decision should be made together with the utmost respect for each other's feelings and boundaries. If you are unsure or have concerns, it's wise to take your time, communicate, and potentially seek professional guidance to ensure that this decision doesn't negatively impact your marriage. If you like the story, hit the like and don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thanks for watching.